Can you separate the art from the artist?
The art is the art and the person is the person.
Yeah, I think they're different.
For me, I don't feel like I can separate that.
It's a question that's come up a lot over the past few years, as some of the iconic names lining this street have faced serious allegations about their behavior. So today, we're talking to experts, fans.
I wouldn't condone that happening to anyone, but it's just so hard. You want to like someone and support them and sort of defend them, but there's only so much you can say.
And we even asked the artists themselves.
If you did something really nasty, I think it will affect any aspect of your life.
We're starting off on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because it's kind of a concrete example of one side of this debate.
I think in today's time, it absolutely is intertwined.
It'd be hard for me to continue to buy their albums or buy their movies and to support them in that way, if that makes sense. But I can differentiate a song from the artist because it's a character in a song to me.
Stand in solidarity, you know. You can live your life without listening to the remix of Ignition.
Once you make it on these streets, you're here forever. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce says the stars are meant to be permanent, that any actions that do not, quote, measure up to public standards and expectations are separate from the artist's professional achievements.
I think it can separate the career, which is their star, from the person, I guess.
I understand where they're coming from. It doesn't change the fact that it's immoral.
While that policy is pretty straightforward, yes, you can separate the entertainer from the entertainment, the rest of the industry's reaction has been a lot more muddled. Historically, allegations of concerning behavior or even convictions of criminal behavior have done little to hurt your chances in Hollywood. With social media and the hashtag #MeToo movement, there has been a push for more accountability in this industry. Recently, you might have seen this.
Mute R. Kelly! Mute R. Kelly!
This week, the music streaming service Spotify removed R&B singer R. Kelly from its playlist.
The Mute R. Kelly campaign has called for the singer to be dropped from his record label and streaming platforms in response to years of allegations of abusing women. R. Kelly denies the allegations and has not been charged with any offenses. But when a recent program leveled even more charges against him, something unexpected happened.
R. Kelly's music sales and his streams have spiked substantially since the release of Surviving R. Kelly docuseries.
Is R. Kelly proof that there's no such thing as bad publicity?
So, to figure out what's actually going on in our brains as we debate this question, I'm about to jump on a Skype call with psychologist Cortney Warren. How are our brains able to kind of keep that one part that says, I love this song and this still has positive memories, but then the other part that says, well, I know what they did is something that I can't support or stand by.
What you're describing is called a dialectic in psychological language. It's when, like a yin and yang, when you have two opposing forces that sound like they're in direct opposition and couldn't exist together, but they actually do.
I still listen to R. Kelly's music. It's a big deal at the end of the day, the allegations that he's facing. So singing things that are very sexual and knowing that he's gone through some of this stuff, you're like, should I be singing this?
I can stop listening to anything. There's nothing that I'm going to say is more important than what those women are saying or what people are coming out and saying.
So when you think about your favorite athlete or your favorite musician or actor that you really loved, and then you hear something about their personal life or their personal values or behavior that really doesn't sit well with you, and you think, oh my gosh, they can't be that way because I love them. I love their music. I've listened to their album 5 million times and I have their poster on my wall and whatever that is. It shatters that identity that you want them to have, and that can be really, really hard.
It's got to a point where I would just say to people, like, if he did do it, I'm not supporting it at all, like never. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna listen to his music.
My BBC colleague Emily in London found Gaz from a viral tweet she posted following the death of controversial rapper XXXTentacion. Throughout his career, he faced multiple charges, including aggravated battery of a pregnant woman.
I tweeted, X addressed real issues in his music. He addressed the isolation, sense of hopelessness you feel when you're depressed, and helped us understand how screwed up your mind can be when you're in this state. It was the best medication I had, and I was crying to his music because it was real.
What was so great about Gaz is that she's just like any of us. She's just a young girl from London, and X was her artist. We all have one.
Listening to his music sort of helped me understand how I was feeling.
Sometimes until the evidence is laid out in front of you, it's quite hard to really appreciate what that person has done. So there was a moment when I read out a piece of audio that was apparently recorded by him, essentially admitting to a lot of the stuff that he'd been accused of.
I started effing her up because she made one mistake, and from there the whole cycle went down. Now she's scared. That girl is scared for her life, which I understand. What do you think to that?
If he said that, then he's confessing. Then, it's so difficult because you don't like hearing that. You don't want someone to sort of feel accomplished for doing that to someone they care about or should care about. It's weird. I'm a young female. I wouldn't condone that happening to anyone, but it's just so hard. You want to like someone and support them and sort of defend them, but there's only so much you can say.
What we tend to do as humans is when there's something that we really like or that we really resonate with, we assume that that person or that entity is a given way. If we see someone is really talented in a given area or really wonderful at a given thing, we kind of assume that they're good at everything. Always be aware that who you think they are is in your own mind.
If an important part of the equation for fans is recognizing how unequal the scales are when it comes to what they know about the art versus the artist, what does that mean for the actual entertainers, and how do they feel about this debate?
I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know what people are doing with that.
We brought those questions to the red carpet.
If you did something really nasty, I think it will affect any aspect of your life and your career, and you have to deal with it, So unfortunately, I think there are certain things that are unacceptable, and that affects every aspect, and it should be taken as that.
I don't think that the work should be thrown out, but I don't think his name should be perpetuated. People constantly mentioning it. Just play the music and let it be as that.
There is no right or wrong answer to it. The answer is, what are you going to be left feeling no regret with at the end of the day? I think it's always going to be a difficult debate, and I think it's going to depend very much on us as fans and viewers to figure out kind of where our moral compass lies and where that line falls for us.
So now it's your turn to join in. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you back here next Thursday.